What's up, bro? One second, I need to answer something. Okay, welcome back to another video to the channel, guys. I hope you're really liking. Remember to like and subscribe. I remember when I was little, I used to watch all those like the Minecraft videos, like popular MMOs and then TDM and all those people. I remember they'd be like, remember to smash that like button and to hit the subscribe button. So I don't know, I was just acting a little goofy there. Anyways, welcome back. Let me just introduce myself real quick. If you're new to this channel, my name is Julian. I help improve young men's lives in tiny ways in the areas of business, fitness, relationships, and more. I also run an online store on the side where I sell plastics, estrogenic free product from like glass meal prep, wooden spatulas, non-estrogenic soap, like no bullshit soap. If you're interested in something like that, down in the description. Alright, well, I'm just hop straight into it. How to balance strict parents and self-improvement. I am gonna be honest, this topic I have had for a long time. This is like the first or like the second idea I had on my video ideas list. It's been in my mind for a while. I just never knew how to actually like present it, if you get what I mean. As I know, there's a lot of people on self-improvement who have the same problems as me. They have strict parents, they have parents who want them to do something else that isn't YouTube, or who make them, you know, don't do YouTube or whatever. If you've been keeping up with me, or if you've watched like videos in the past about my parents, you know that my parents are very strict. They don't want me doing YouTube. Like right now, they don't want me doing this, but I'm still doing it anyways. They don't want me doing certain things. They want me to like go to school and just work, and like I'm not old enough or whatever. So I'm gonna get into some stories about what's the reason behind this, why they think that. A little story. I remember, I think it was a few months ago, me and my parents had a big fight about YouTube and stuff. I told them like, oh yeah, I like record videos. I like to record videos. And then, you know, it just kind of escalated into like a big old thing like, oh, you're not old enough. And like, I'm just like, what do you mean I don't have to be old enough to make YouTube videos? Like, there's not really a restriction on age range of YouTube. That's what I told them. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I just want to record videos. There's literally like 12-year-olds over here on Cocomelon making, you know, videos, and they're like 5 years old, so that makes no sense. And then, you know, they're just arguments of like, oh yeah, like you're not old enough, or like you're not mature enough, or whatever. Like, oh, that's a scam. You know, what do you mean? You can't make money like that, whatever. Because, you know, my parents are very traditionally Mexican, if you get what I mean. My dad comes from, you know, hard labor, manual labor all the time. He's been working construction since he got here to the United States back in 2006. So he's all about manual labor. And, you know, he's not very big on the internet either. He doesn't have any kind of social media. He kind of just watches YouTube, and that's pretty much it. And that's very occasionally. I get where he comes from because he doesn't understand the opportunities that there are online, if you get what I mean. And also my mother as well. I mean, she's my stepmom, but I consider her my mom, but I don't know. She hasn't been really you know, we just had some problems. They both think that YouTube is a scam, or that I'm not old enough to do it. I have to be 18. That's the reason for everything. You know, if I want to do something, like, oh, you got to be 18 to do it. And yes, for most things, honestly, like to register a business, you got to be 18. You know, to go buy car insurance, you need to be 18. To go get a credit card, you need to be 18, and all that stuff. But honestly, like, just with stuff like this, it is a lot better to start earlier than later, if you get what I mean. Like, why am I going to wait a whole year to start recording videos if I can just do it now? Like, that makes no sense to me. So we got into really big fights. Like, I even made a hole in my wall. I even broke this chair because, you know, I got really mad and I threw stuff, which I never do. They just really got me really mad, and, you know, we were yelling at each other. My stepmother started insulting me. I'm a very calm person. I've learned to not say anything in front of them, but, you know, when it escalates to that stuff, you know, we start fighting and arguing. It got to the point where they wanted to kick me out as well. So with that, you know, hopefully you're related to something like that. Hopefully you have similar experiences to that. You know, your parents don't want you doing certain things. Your parents really dictate your life with an iron fist, if you know what I mean. They won't let you do certain things. You know, you have to come back very early, curfew, stuff like that. Like, I have to be home by 7:30, which I get. I'm 17. I'm about to be 18. It's kind of like, you know, like, I'm already older. Like, why is my curfew so early? And, you know, not only that, you know, my parents get mad over small things. A small thing that they make a big deal is cooking for myself. So last week I wanted to start meal prep. I want to get bigger in the gym. I want to have that aesthetic look and stuff like that. And, you know, I was like, okay, I just need to eat more. Obviously I'm young still, so I just need to eat because, you know, I'm still growing, but I also want to build muscle and look good at the same time. So I was like, okay, I'm a meal prep, buy food from like places where it's not like garbage food, if you know what I mean. When I bought all this stuff, I came home, and when I came home, I put all this stuff on the counter. I told my parents I'm home and stuff. I didn't tell them anything about the food that I bought, like what I was doing. I bought like the meal prep containers and everything. I was taking out all the ingredients from the bags because I was gonna start cutting it. I was gonna start cooking it. It was chicken, rice, and some vegetables. It was like bell peppers, mushrooms, onions, and carrots. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna make all this stuff. You know, this is meal prep for Monday and Tuesday. I start making all this stuff, and then my mom kind of like yells at me in like a really mad tone, like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just making myself food. And then, you know, she's like, oh, are you gonna make for everybody? I'm like, no, this is my lunch for tomorrow when I get to work. This is my lunch. She's like, oh, well, if you're not gonna cook for everybody, then why are you gonna cook? I'm like, well, because this is my lunch. Like, that makes no sense. She's like, oh, you're gonna dirty all my dishes. I'm like, oh, I clean up after myself. Like, the thing is like, it's gotten so bad to the point where I even bought my own stuff. Like, I will literally show you. I bought my own iron cast pan. As you can see, I take good care of it and stuff. This is mine. I bought this. This was like $20. I also bought a wooden spatula for myself as well. I mean to go off topic, but I bought this. Yeehaw. But anyways, that is what happened. They were making a big fit out of it. This pan has caused more problems than probably like I have in the past like year, because I go to cook with this and then my mom's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then iron casts have to be maintained in a specific way. They have to, you know, be seasoned. They have to be cleaned thoroughly and dried thoroughly, because if not, it does rust. So she gets mad over that. She gets mad that I bought a wooden spatula. It was actually a big old thing, because then she starts saying that I feel like I'm better than them or whatever it is. As you know, I'm a big advocate in like no plastic, no estrogenics and stuff. So I bought the wooden spatula that wouldn't be estrogenic or wouldn't like heat up the plastic and it would seep into my food. So I was like, okay, I'll just buy a wooden spatula and an iron cast, because you know the other pans have Teflon and Teflon is bad for you, and just a bunch of other shit. I bought that and she just started going off. She was like, I think you're better than us. I'm like, what? It's just, I just bought my own stuff. Like, either way, I'm gonna move out anyways. I might as well just start buying my own stuff anyways. So that happened, and you know, not only that, like the way I organize myself here in my room, you know, like I have all those boxes full of my stuff because I'm kind of moving out in a way. If you're keeping up with me, then you know like what's been happening recently. But she got mad over that, like, oh, why didn't you put your stuff away, blah blah blah, you're never leaving. Like, even stuff I do here, like, why is your guitar here, why is it not over there? It's just a bunch of bullshit. I'm like, I want it there. And then also when I'm at work and at school, she moved all my stuff around, which kind of pisses me off because I have stuff in a specific place for a specific reason. She changes all that, and then I tell her not to do that, and then she gets pissed because she's like, oh, it's supposed to be this way, it's supposed to be that way. I'm like, bro, this is my room, just leave me alone. Over small shit like that. Not only that, but also like ways I talk to my friends. You know, I cuss a lot. If you haven't noticed from previous videos, I do cuss a lot. She gets mad at me and my dad as well. This is only my mom, this is also my dad. You know, he gets pissed over small things. She also gets pissed like, oh, like why are you talking that way to your friends? I also have nicknames for like family members. So like my cousin, we call him Nose. It's just kind of like a thing. It's been forever. My other family members call me Jack Jack from the Incredibles movie, little baby. They call me that, and they're getting mad over it. Like, oh, why do they call you nicknames? I'm like, it's just a nickname. Like, what's the big deal? Obviously, they just get pissed over small things for absolutely no reason. So anyways, enough of me yapping. What are some solutions? What are some things that you can do to reduce this, or to like just do your own shit in life? And the first one is gonna be very simple. You might be very opposed to this, but it's very simple. It is, don't listen to them. Don't listen to your parents. Keep doing what you want. And I don't mean this as like, oh, you sneak out of your room and go party for like fucking 5 a.m. in the morning. Like, don't do that. I'm talking like, if you want to pursue a business like YouTube or something, or if you want to get big in the gym and like keep going to the gym, but your parents won't let you, keep going. Your parents are strict, right? They are going to bullshit. They are going to make problems about anything, even if you go or if you don't go. Same thing with college. If your parents are making you go to college and you don't want to go, don't fucking go, because if you go anyways, they're gonna bullshit about something anyways, even if you do go. And now that you're in college, you don't want to do this fucking degree, you're getting in thousands of dollars a day, and now you're just doing shit that you don't want to, and you're still fighting with your parents. That is just the case. They are going to bullshit about anything anyways, so why not just do what you want to do? That's what I'm saying. I'm still doing this, and they're still bullshitting about whatever anyways. They're still bullshitting about a fucking pan, bro, an iron cast pan, because I want to take care of myself for, you know, my future kids and my future family, and just for myself in general. So keep doing what you're doing. If your parents say don't do YouTube, fucking do YouTube. Like, even if you have to do Insecure, that's what I'm doing. Like, my mom's in the next room, but I'm still doing it right here. Don't worry about them. Like, bro, you are your own person. Let's say your dad's a billionaire, you know, he owns a bunch of businesses and you want to be a businessman. Yes, take advice from him. But other than that, if your parents aren't in a place where you want to be, don't listen to them. Don't take their advice. You have to take advice from people who are where you want to be, if you get what I mean. So you should take advice from the millionaire who owns like 20 businesses if you want to be a business owner. Yes, okay, take advice from him. Don't take advice from the fucking homeless man. Like, that makes no sense, right? Like, imagine getting advice from fat man, like gym advice from a fat guy. You'd be like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you're fat. How does this work? I don't know if this works because you're fat. Don't listen to them. Just don't fucking listen to them. It makes no sense. Think about it. They're gonna complain about things either way. And another thing too is, it's a very big decision, and if you can do this, I really recommend you do this, but move out if you can. I have considered this, and you know, I've gone through my own trials and tribulations of, you know, in the process of trying to get out of here. But if you can move out ASAP. You cannot grow in an environment that restricts you. I saw this like illustration the other day on Instagram, or I think it was on Pinterest or something, and it was like this girl, she was put into a bottle or something as a little baby, and then she grew up in the bottle obviously, but she couldn't grow bigger than the bottle because the bottle was like the restrictor. So she would just she just kind of grew like sideways into the bottle, and she only grew to a certain point because of your environment. Your environment is so fucking important. If you don't have peace and growth in your environment, then you need to get out of there ASAP. And what I mean by environment, I mean like your parents, your room, the people you hang out with, the content you consume. You need to be in an environment where you can grow. If that girl was just put into a room, she would grow, obviously, right? She'd grow to full adult, right? But instead, she was in that bottle and she can only grow to a certain point. So move out if you can and get into an environment that will literally make you grow. Get into that. As a summary, if your parents are really strict and they get mad over small shit, don't fucking listen to them. They're gonna bullshit about something either way. If you can move out, move out. And if you can't move out, change your environment. If you can change your environment, if you can like stay away from your parents as much as possible because they're just so fucking like draining of your mental bandwidth, then I recommend doing that. Like, bro, I really don't talk to my parents. You might be like, oh, that's family though, you know, like you gotta have a good family relationship. At this point, it is non-savable. You just need to do your own thing. If you want to become successful physically, financially, emotionally, whatever it is, mentally, you just need to go on your own path. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You just need to do your own thing. If you can't move out, change your environment, and don't fucking listen. Your parents are gonna bullshit about something either way. That's it for the video. I gotta go do some more stuff outside. I gotta go do yard work and stuff. I will let you go, and I need a haircut, actually. God damn. Jesus, I need a haircut. But anyways, remember, never stop improving yourselves.